6:47 now, and we're also 2 weeks away from one of the most unique automotive competitions around. It will unfold on the back roads of Oregon. We're talking about the Gambler 500, and it involves vehicles that look a lot like that one behind me here this morning. The event was actually founded by a West Linn resident. Tate Morgan is his name, although you could call him the godfather of the Gambler. So Tate got behind the wheel. I rode shotgun as we set out to preview this year's Gambler 500. We are off-roading this morning as we get ready for what's known as the Gambler 500. It is not a race, it's a rally. Actually, it's more of a navigation adventure challenge, and probably the best way to describe the Gambler 500, go! It's a lot of fun. All right, Tate, it's a little easier to talk when the engines aren't running. So let's talk about this Gambler 500 business. For starters, you're going to be able to explain it better than I can. So tell me, what is Gambler 500?
The Gambler 500 is an off-road adventure for kind of cheap or impractical and fun cars. So we pick one spot out, and typically in Central Oregon. Guys log into the Unpaved app, and then at the end of the event, they're able to see how much off-road they took getting there.
So it sounds like it doesn't really matter where you're coming from. It's where you're all going. There is an end spot to all this. Where does that happen?
It's in Chemult, Oregon. We rented Chemult Pumice, a big, nice facility down there. It's family owned, and we're having a big party with 6 bands and a bunch of food and beer and fun stuff. So if you still got 2 weeks to go, if you guys want to show up out there in the news van, or you want to go buy a Geo Metro tomorrow on Craigslist, come out and do it.
So what is a Gambler 500 car? I mean, if you could break it down, because we've got all kinds of vehicles here behind us. They all look a little different, but in general, a Gambler 500 car or vehicle is what?
A Gambler 500 car is really whatever you want it to be. We started this with cheap cars. I would say that Cadillac over there is probably the best example of what a Gambler car is. That thing came out year 1, has completed every year since. You know, if you have a Geo Metro parked out behind your house, that's a Gambler car. A Toyota Corolla, a minivan. We've got school buses. We've got anything and everything. They're Gambler cars are something that are typically a little bit more expendable.
So the Gambler 500 is clearly about having fun, but you're also about stewardship.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we discovered last year that if you're going to have the most fun you can have off-road, then we're going to go ahead and help the outdoors and clean up after ourselves and other people as well. So we held the largest trail cleanup in the world last year. We had guys coming into camp with old washing machines and couches and rolled up mattresses and stuff. And so we collected over 80 yards of garbage with 2,500 volunteers, all of the state of Oregon. And we're looking to break that record again with the largest trail cleanup in the world.
Well, we started this segment on the move. I think we should end this segment on the move. Again, the Gambler 500 is not happening this weekend. It is not happening next weekend. It's happening the weekend of July 13th, 14th, and 15th. A little get up and go to close it out. As we say, check them out online, Gambler500.com. That was the Cadillac that's been involved in all the events. So 2014, real quick, they started with about 15 cars. It was just a bunch of guys getting together and say, let's try this. Let's go off-roading. Last year, year 3, 800 plus cars. So this thing is really growing really quick.
There's more old vehicles in the world than I realized.
Well, they do come from all over the country, too. It's not just local guys.
I love it. Fun times.